What a pretty kitty. What a pretty kitty. This one. Interesting. Cool. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's do this. Hey! Well, hey everybody. This is the Blade Helm. I'm playing Take on Mars. Yay! Take on Mars. So I wonder if that stuff in the background's too loud. I'm going to give that a listen. So we're not going to start yet. I'm going to listen to see. It's very busy traffic out there today. Hey everybody, this is the Blade Helm, and I'm playing Take on Mars. I'm going to do just a quick little tutorial on the 0G probe, because I'm pretty new to this game, and if you're new to this game, you have also noticed that it doesn't tell you how to do anything. It's still in alpha, I guess? Beta? Beta? Is it beta? Alpha? I don't know. They say that it's going to be released on April or March. I can't remember. Soon. So does that mean that we're in beta or alpha? You don't go from alpha to release. Anyway, there's not a lot of tutorials, especially on how to do this kind of thing. So if you're like me and you're watching this, it means you probably have searched on YouTube to try to find a tutorial how to fly these things and what to do once you got them. And I haven't found one that shows you all the stuff that I was looking for. I really had to do a lot of trial and error. If you like trial and error, then stop watching. Figure it out yourself, you lazy bastard. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. If you like trial and error, why are you watching this? Man, you're conflicted. I'm sorry. I don't really even know you, so I probably shouldn't be talking to you like that. But anyway, I digress. Here's how you fly this damn thing. Now, I have an upgraded one. I don't have any batteries on this. I just have solar panels, but that's cool because you can't take very good pictures in the dark, and I don't mind working in the daytime because when it's nighttime, you just wait till the daytime. It's just rambling. Just a rambling. Alrighty. Hey everybody, this is the Bladehelm, and I am playing Take on Mars. Hey everybody, this is the Bladehelm, and I'm playing Take on Mars. This is not a Let's Play, this is going to be just a brief tutorial. Because if you're like me, I'm kind of new to the game, and I've discovered that this game don't tell you shit. It's like, figure this thing out for yourself, which is cool, because I know some people really like that, and I kind of like it too. What I like more is flying spaceships around. So sometimes I have to I have to figure out every damn thing myself against the fact that I want to play this damn game, not just spend all my time figuring out how to play this damn game. So I went onto YouTube and I looked around and I couldn't really find anything that was like, here's how you do XYZ, now go have fun. It was mostly just people playing and not really explaining how they're doing what they're doing, or even like what to do. And these 0G probe missions start off so strange. You're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? The other one's pretty standard. It drops a probe onto the planet and then you do shit with that probe. Even the most basic probe, it drops it on the planet and then you just are happy that you got there. But whatever, it starts with the thing falling from the sky and landing on the planet. This thing starts totally different. It starts from this crazy looking thing, which doesn't look like anything you've seen in the other parts of the game, basically rocketing towards the surface of this moon. We're going to show you what that looks like in just a second. And then it just stops and you're like, what the hell next? What do I do next? Because you actually have to fly this thing yourself. And here's how you do that. So when you start, this is a mission in progress that I've done. It's just, this will show you the basics of stuff, but this is kind of what it looks like. So let's return to game. Your thing will be rocketing towards the surface of Deimos. While it's doing this, do not touch it, just let it go. Then at some point, it'll start slowing down, and you can see your speed with this sort of green indicator here. Shows how fast you're going, and now we're not going fast at all. And it'll just stop, and then here you are floating above the surface of Deimos. Deimos? 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 I don't know how to say it. Anyway, and then you're like, alright, cool, what do I do now? So, first things first, usually go to your missions here, and then you want to go to your tasks to see what you're supposed to do. Almost always the first task is to explore, which is easiest because it's just fly to a specific place. That's all you have to do. But I'm not going to show you an explore mission because all you have to do is fly to it. So I'm going to show you how to fly to things, and then I'll show you a more complicated mission and how to do the more complicated missions. So here we go. If you notice down here on the bottom of the screen, you got your primary and your secondary, and right now my primary says linear thrusters, my secondary says attitude thrusters. You could change those here, there. There's also these two other options, we'll get into those later. Or you can change these ones on the left side with Q and E, and then you can change these ones with a delete and page down. Delete page down, delete page down. These controls, up, down, left, right, are WASD, And these controls over here are the arrow keys. So for linear thrusters, it's easy, forward and backwards and left and right. And then you also have shift and control, which control makes you go down and shift makes you go up. Pretty simple. Over here, these are your attitude controls. So left, this is your yaw. You yaw to the left. Or if you hit right arrow, you yaw to the right. Up and down is pitch. Pitch up, pitch down. Ooh, I've turned on an option. That is interesting. Okay. So what that does, that's a new thing I didn't know about. I just found that. This thing actually, so I'll get into this easy. This is one of the things, let me just finish this. So you got your left, you got your right, you got your pitch up, you got your pitch down. Oh. Uh-oh, something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. There we go. Whew. That was strange. Alright, it turns like I was just going to show you how it's cool because it has these autopilot features and it looks like I accidentally just turned them all off. Don't worry, they're turned on automatically when you first start, so don't worry about it. Anyway, as you can see, so it's yaw, up, down, and then it's home and end to roll. You're going to roll that way, you're going to roll that way. Home, or that's end, and this is home, and that's to roll. Those are your basic controls. Now what I was going to show you is that the attitude, the autopilot feature will kill any motion once you let go of the key. So even though the game does have the Newtonian physics, there's an autopilot feature in this particular probe that makes it so you don't have to compensate for it, because that's a pain in the ass to fly a spaceship that way. So anyway, now that we know how to basically move the spaceship around, what are you going to do with it? We're going to fly down there, and we're going to do some shit. Switch on my analyzer HUD. You can hit H to cycle between your HUD up here. These are the different things that your guy can do. So I'm going to go to my instrument, not my standard. That's what you start on, not my camera. We'll use that later, but my instrument. And then we're going to fly down to there and use our instrument. We're going to go see how rad the atmosphere is. Now here's a tip. When you want to get somewhere sort of a great distance, rather than just I'm going to go from here to there a couple of meters, you might want to consider using... Uh-oh, I've turned it off again. There we go. All right. See how I've come to a stop. Actually, I didn't even think about that, but we'll get into that later. So if you want to go somewhere faster, if you sort of sit on it, that's how I like to think about it. You're like pushing downward at it, because you get to use all four of your jets to move. And when you stop, you have all four jets to slow you down. So I'm just letting off the buttons, not doing anything, and it's slowing down on its own. The other option, of course, is to point at it and sort of fly around just like this. And sort of point at it and sort of thrust towards it like this. Which makes more sense because this feels like how a spaceship should fly. But when you stop, if you're going so fast, and you need to stop very quickly, you only have the two thrusters slowing you down. Again, you can do it any way you like, but remember, it will stop itself, but it does not stop on a dime. So you got to give it some time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rhyme. I did it again, didn't I? So we're going to fly into this little cylinder and see how rad this atmosphere is. This one is a passive test. You just sort of fly in there and it does what it's got to do. Just brake the plane. Hang out in there. No? Ah, there we go. Got it. So now it's changed to... Oh, hang on. Stand by. Stand by. Kitty cats do not care that you're recording a podcast. Or whatever the hell you're doing. Anyway. Kitty cats don't give a fuck. Alright, so now that I've seen how rad that atmosphere is, now I'm going to probe. So this one involves a little bit more work. So here we are. We're pretty close to the surface now. Not too far, but pretty close. I guess we're 2.89 meters away. But I don't know from where. I don't know what it judges that. But anyway, fairly close. So we're going to just fly over. And then we're going to set her down. So remember, we're going to use our linear thrusters, and we're going to thrust down, so that's control. Whee. Now we're in the specific area. You don't have to touch down in order to use these probes. They do go down further, so you don't have to touch down, but I like touching down. It just feels very satisfying. Just sort of... Boop, 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 boop. These little legs are pretty durable. I haven't broken one off yet. You still should be pretty ginger when you sit down. And boom, we're down. So what we're going to do is we're going to probe. That's what we're here to do, right? Yes. As you can see over here, we're here to dirt probe. Probes are here, underneath. See? These guys here. And this is the second thing. It's like, well, what do I do now? So you go, okay, great. So this is how you use it on the rover. You just drive into the circle, and then you click on there. And then, what? No targets in range. And that's because this little guy is not probing the soil. So we got to get it down there. So what you do is you have to engage your robotic arm. And that's right down here again. So we can control our thrusters with this, but these control pads control everything that our rover or our probe can do. So if you go from attitude to robotic arm right, I know that the right side, this antenna here is on the back, so this is the right. So this is the probe that I'm going to use. So we're going to go robotic arm right. And it's just forward and back with the W and S key. So we stick it in the dirt, and that's it. It's in there. Oh yeah. Got our probe in the dirt. And then, ooh, what have I done? What haven't I done right? Dirt probe. Yeah, probe it. Maybe it's not in there. Oh, there we go. I didn't stick it in far enough. When this turns red, you're ready to probe the dirt. And then it's probe soil here, but then the mission says dirt probe. Anyway. So when this turns red, you click anywhere in here, and it will begin the probing process. How well it's doing this. Seriously. Do not move instrument. Whatever you do. I don't know what happens if you do, because I follow instructions. Conceivably, it could break the probe off, and that would be bad. You don't want to break your probe off, because then you can't stick it in the dirt and probe other things. And that's it. That's how you probe. Boom. Finito. That's it. That's how you do that. And when you're done, use your S key to pull that out of there. Beep, 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 beep. And that's that. And basically, that's how you do it. Now, there might be some other things that are more complicated that involve more steps, but so far, so good. That's all I can tell that you're going to need to do. It's going to be some variation of those things. The other instrument that I have down here on the left side of the craft is the scoop. We don't need to scoop in this area. In fact, our next one Our next mission is to go over here and see how rad the atmosphere is. I think it's pretty rad. You're in space after all. But say our mission was to scoop some dirt from here, and I'm just going to do it for shits and giggles. It's for NASA. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the instrument that we're using to scoop and select it there. And then we're going to change this. It was on right. Now we're going to go to left. And same thing. Exactly the same. When this turns red, you can stop going forward. Red. Good. See, if you go too far, it'll just push you up off the surface a little bit. It's red. Same thing. Click in there. It'll do the scoop. It'll say do not move instrument. And seriously, do not move instrument. When it's done, it'll analyze. It'll give you that thing. And then you're done. And then I would do it, but I don't want to wait because I want to move the instrument. Because I want to fly over there and see how rad the atmosphere is. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think with those steps there, with those things I've showed you, I think that's all you need to know. Let's do one more thing before I call this a video. Let's play with that other option we just learned about. Oops. Oh, so I was trying to fly away and nothing was happening because I need to switch this back to linear thrusters. There we go. Now we're gonna fly away. Okay, so let's go high. Let's go a little higher off the surface for these tests. What do you say? And we don't want to hear about that, so we're just going to switch this back to the regular. There. Now I discovered that hit spacebar brings this thing up. You got these three guys. So gravity, I'm saying VEC. Is that vehicle? Surely VEH. I don't know. VEC, whatever VEC stands for. If you hit that, it immediately aligns your ship to the plane of gravity for where you are, which is really cool. I guess it turns this one up, so now I have kill translator. So this means if I go forward, it'll still stop me. And if I go, well, same thing. But will it kill this? Yes, it will. And if I do that, it'll immediately put me back. Interesting. It'll be like, no, damn you. This is doing it by itself. Oh, that's cool. So if I turn that off, gravity vehicle line, turn that off, and now it adds this thing back up. Kill rotation is turned off currently, and cancel. So kill translation is still working. That's still working, but this isn't. Oh yeah. It's just sort of boop boop ba doop ba doo. So that if I turn this back on, booyah, cool. All right, hey, look at that, guys. We learned something together. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. This has been the Blade Helm. I hope this was helpful. And if it was, please say so. If it wasn't, hey, say so. I'd appreciate that too. Okay, guys. I'll check you later. Bye-bye. Ba 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 da bow. Bippity boppity boopity boppity boo. Bippity boo. Ba ba da.